Big losses across the boards today. We recently had equity peaks, and today is the opposite of that. We have a losing day. Cobra 3 E-mini S&P. This is the kind of day that is frustrating because it's not that you lost, but it's the way you lost and the scenario in which you lost. And so you see a strategy, it goes short and it gets stopped out at the high tick of that move. It moves up, hits your stop, and 23.56.25 was the stop loss. That was the high of that move, and then it moved down from there. And no other trades in these other four strategies on the core strategies, but the bonus strategies. Tick Pulse is actually up so far on the day. It's had some. It had two really good trades, but this is another one of those frustrating trades where it gets short again at the low. You try to develop around these scenarios, but the results are to keep the strategy as raw as possible, and so sometimes you get these trades initially long. I'm not gonna lie to you, today felt like a good short from the very start, just looking at the markets and not my systems. And so these are one of those days where I would have thought the short side would have worked from the start, because this market gapped up and then it made a new high, and the overall volume, the sum of the volume was down more than up on this up, so there's a divergence. So it's about as straight of a shot and a sell-off as you can get. So we had a long trade reversed to short, hit his profit target short again, and the third short got stopped out. We're on the fourth short. We'll see what happens. We're in the last hour of trade, and this gap fill in reverse captured it on the other side and got stopped out. So it's a counter trend trade. We've been biased to the long side a little bit because of this market conditions, and today this trade is a loss. We'll see how Tick Pulse finishes the day. That'll make a big difference on the overall results. In the 50K, Cobra Crude, small scratch trade. We've had a lot of these short trades that are around break even, plus or minus 100, minus $85 on that trade. SR countertrend crude, no trades, and then these other three strategies are added to the 100K portfolio. And you see, this was a really bad trade. We got the profit target last week, and then today we hit the stop loss. And so all in all, these two trades end up breaking even. And exhaust in reverse, this was frustrating as well, because we have these four trades in a row, and this trade right here was within 1 point of hitting its profit target. So we can come up here, we would hit our profit target. This is where Cobra 3 got stopped out at this high move right here, 23.56.25. The profit target was 23.57.25 on this, and then it rolled over. We got stopped out at the exact low of the day, just like Cobra 3 got stopped out up here, and then it rallied up. And so days like today make you feel like the market knows your trades and is out to get you. So that's how it happens sometimes. Gold spiked too, got short and got stopped out minus 565. And so today we've had losses across the board, and that's the way trading works. Wrote out these scenarios. In trading, you have winning days, you have losing days, break-even days, no trade days, big winning days, and then big losing days. And today's so far is one of those big losing days, and that's what happens in trading. The benefit of this, though, is that on drawdowns, it gives you the opportunity to add to positions. So if you're waiting to get into this portfolio, now is the time to start on a drawdown, because we've rarely had any drawdowns. So since the beginning of this portfolio, it's been grinding higher, and it's been doing really well, and it hasn't had huge profits in these portfolios as far as surging higher, but it has been on a steady pace of equity peaks overall as a portfolio, and we haven't had many of these big down days. And so this happens in trading, and it happens in the portfolio, and we're to see it as an opportunity to either modify it and look at new opportunities, because new markets create new opportunities, or add to the portfolio. And right now I recommend adding to it or starting it. I'm also going to have some updates for the second quarter, but for the most part, many of these strategies will stay the same. And so exhaust and reverse, it hit a worst case drawdown. We've looked at that over the past year. We had this strategy. It surged right here when we released it. We created this strategy back here. It's gone up, and now it just took a straight down move right here on a day like today. It's uncharacteristic, but It's back to its trend line, and so even though it's at a worst case drawdown, it's back close to this trend line, so you can take a shot at it, because sometimes waiting for drawdowns or worst case drawdowns in a system like this that has a nice equity curve is a good time to get in. So that's the update for today. We provide results when we have equity peaks, and we also provide results when we have bad losing days like today.